Our story begins with a young fairy named Maleficent, a kind-hearted guardian blessed with magical powers. One day, she gently holds a broken tree branch in her hands. As she closes her eyes, the branch instantly repairs itself through her magic. On her head grow two large horns resembling those of a bull, while behind her stretch magnificent eagle-like wings. She lives in the enchanted moors, a magical land filled with mystical creatures, where she serves as its fearless protector. Every day, she soars high above the clouds, watching over her peaceful kingdom. At this point, no one could have imagined that this cheerful young fairy would one day become the powerful dark sorceress feared across the entire world. But her path toward darkness begins with the betrayal of a single human. One day, a poor human boy secretly sneaks into the moors to steal a precious jewel. Before he can escape, the tiny magical creatures capture him. Although humans and the magical realm have been enemies for generations, Maleficent chooses not to harm the boy. Instead, she simply asks him to return what he stole and leave the forest peacefully. The boy introduces himself as Stefan. Before leaving, he points toward a magnificent castle in the distance and tells Maleficent that although he is poor and alone today, he believes that one day he will become the king who lives in that castle. He also reveals that he has no parents and has grown up completely alone. Maleficent understands his loneliness because she, too, lost her own family at a young age. Their shared pain creates an unexpected bond between them. As they say goodbye, Stefan reaches out to shake her hand. However, the iron ring on his finger burns Maleficent's skin. Realizing that iron is harmful to fairies, Stefan immediately removes his precious ring and throws it away without hesitation. That simple act touches Maleficent deeply. The little thief who came to steal a jewel ends up stealing something far more valuable, her heart. From that day forward, Stefan visits the moors often. The two spend their days playing together, talking endlessly, and sharing their dreams. Over the years, their friendship blossoms into love. On Maleficent's 16th birthday, Stefan kisses her and tells her it is true love's kiss. Sadly, those words turn out to be nothing more than a lie. Around the same time, the ruthless human King Henry declares war on the moors, hoping to conquer its beauty and magical riches. Leading thousands of heavily armed soldiers, he invades the enchanted forest. Standing completely alone, Maleficent confronts the entire army without showing even the slightest fear. The soldiers laugh at her confidence, but their laughter quickly disappears. Using her incredible magic, Maleficent summons gigantic tree warriors from beneath the earth. These towering guardians smash through the human army, crushing their iron shields and scattering the soldiers across the battlefield. King Henry himself charges toward Maleficent, but she easily defeats him and sends him crashing to the ground. Terrified, his remaining soldiers flee for their lives. After suffering such a devastating defeat, King Henry becomes gravely ill and lies on his deathbed. With his final breath, he announces that whoever kills Maleficent and brings proof of her death will inherit both his throne and his kingdom. Standing nearby is Stefan, whose desire for power has completely consumed him. Hearing the king's promise fills his mind with a terrible idea. Unable to bring himself to kill her, Stefan chooses a different act of betrayal. He draws his knife and cruelly cuts off her magnificent wings before taking them away. When Maleficent finally wakes up, she reaches behind her back only to discover that her wings are gone. In a single heartbreaking moment, her world falls apart. Her agonizing scream echoes throughout the entire forest. More painful than the physical wound is the realization that the person she trusted and loved the most has betrayed her. That betrayal pushes her heart into unimaginable darkness. Determined to learn the truth, Maleficent rescues a raven named Diaval and transforms him into a human whenever she needs him. From that day on, Diaval becomes her eyes and ears in the human day after her 16th birthday. At the same time, Maleficent surrounds the moors with enormous thorn walls to keep humans out forever. Years pass, and Aurora grows into a kind, cheerful, and beautiful young woman. One day, while wandering through the forest, Aurora finally meets Maleficent face to face. Surprisingly, she isn't frightened at all. She tells Maleficent that she has always known there was a magical fairy watching over and protecting her. She even affectionately calls her, "my fairy godmother." Those simple words begin melting the darkness surrounding Maleficent's heart. As she watches Aurora laughing with the magical creatures of the moors, she realizes the girl has done absolutely nothing to deserve the curse placed upon her. Filled with regret, Maleficent desperately tries to remove the curse herself. However, the magic she created cannot be undone, not even by its caster. The only thing capable of breaking it is true love's kiss. Meanwhile, Aurora meets a young prince named Prince Philip, who has become separated from his companions. The two are immediately drawn to each other. But Maleficent, having lost all faith in love, dismisses their feelings as nothing more than childish infatuation. On Aurora's 16th birthday, the truth is finally revealed. She learns that the fairy she has loved and trusted all her life is actually the one who cursed her. Heartbroken, Aurora runs back to the castle seeking comfort from her father. Instead of welcoming her warmly, King Stefan keeps her locked inside the castle for her own safety. But the curse has already begun to take control. Drawn by an irresistible force, Aurora unknowingly walks through the castle until she discovers the hidden spinning wheel that had been secretly preserved. She touches the spindle, pricks her finger, and instantly falls into the deep enchanted sleep foretold years before. Overcome with guilt, Maleficent brings Prince Philip to the castle, hoping his kiss will save Aurora. The prince gently kisses her, but nothing happens. After all, they barely know each other. Their brief meeting was never enough to create true love. Believing she has failed, Maleficent sits beside the sleeping Aurora with tears in her eyes. She softly apologizes, admitting how deeply she regrets everything she has done. As she gently kisses Aurora on the forehead out of pure love and sorrow, something extraordinary happens. Aurora slowly opens her eyes. In that moment, everyone realizes that true love is not limited to romance. The genuine love between a mother and the child she has raised and protected is just as powerful. As Maleficent and Aurora attempt to leave the castle together, King Stefan launches one final attack. The entire castle has been transformed into an iron trap designed specifically to kill Maleficent. Since iron weakens fairies, she suffers terribly. To protect her, she transforms Diaval into a massive fire-breathing dragon. Although Diaval fights bravely, the soldiers eventually overwhelm him. Just as Stefan prepares to deliver the final blow, Aurora discovers the room where Maleficent's stolen wings have been hidden for years. She releases them, and the magnificent wings soar through the castle before reattaching themselves to Maleficent's back. With her wings restored, all of her strength returns. Maleficent confronts Stefan in one final battle high above the castle tower. She defeats him and even spares his life, choosing mercy over revenge. But Stefan refuses to let go of his hatred. He attacks her one last time, causing both of them to fall from the tower. At the last moment, Maleficent spreads her restored wings and flies to safety, while Stefan crashes to the ground below. The man who sacrificed love for power and lived his entire life consumed by fear finally meets his end. In the end, Aurora becomes queen of both the human kingdom and the magical moors, bringing peace between the two worlds. Maleficent finally regains not only her wings but also the loving heart she thought she had lost forever. And that's how the story comes to an end. If you enjoyed this movie recap, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments which movie you'd like me to recap next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next recap. Goodbye.